Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good weekend. Oh, I do love sparking a debate on Flight Sim 2020 versus Flight Sim 24. Neither of us have had good luck with either of our sims. 2020's had issues as well, hasn't it, over the past few days. We are in 2024 tonight. I am still sticking with it, although I'm watching my memory usage start to creep up and I'm thinking, how long is that going to hold out? But we shall see. Anyway, great to see so many of you coming on board this evening. A little later start than usual, so my apologies for that. But we're in Prague this evening and we're heading to Geneva, which is always a glorious approach. So yes, big shout out to our channel members coming in as well. Hey Vince, DC, J-Hog, Fruit Bat in as well. Thanks so much, guys. Hey Jordan, hey Lulu, good to see you too. What scenery are we using for Geneva? We are using RD presets because that is compatible with Flight Sim 2024, which is one of the issues I think many people have been having scenery that isn't compatible. So hopefully we will make it. And I'm also as well tonight trialing out because we did a release video on it the other day, but I am using the WinWing MCDU this evening, so fingers crossed that's nice as well. It is really nice not to have to worry about HDMI and putting that out. But yes, we've got the WinWing MCDU is been used tonight. Here it is, along with my beautiful FCU combo from Wingflex and little mini overhead as well over there. So that's a little look at how we're all set up this evening. So yeah, there we go. That's the plan, and fingers crossed we'll make it to our destination in one piece. Certainly not for the want of trying anyway. Good. So good. As I say, good evening to everyone, and thank you so much for joining us over on Twitch as well. If you're watching over there, and everybody else, of course, on YouTube. Good evening. Right, let's bring up the flight plan. We are, of course, on VATSIM tonight, as per usual. Let's see what we've got then. So it's pretty straightforward tonight. It's looking really nice. So we're underloaded by about 3 tons. Takeoff weight is going to be probably with a bit of extra fuel. I'm still under max landing weight, so won't need to worry about that. Fuel's looking all right in Geneva tonight. Fuel's looking all right. The weather is looking all right in Geneva tonight. We've got Zurich as the alternate. Usual cost index of 4. Traveling at 34,000 feet. The trip wind is in our favour as well tonight. Straightforward departure, runway 24 Balto 5 Alpha, and then with nice straight-in approach then for Geneva on the ILS 22. Plug fuel is 5.8 tons, and the CNR is for Zurich 2.8. It's a distance of 432 miles. As we're coming in, quick check of the grid and water, just checking the so. No terrain above 10,000 feet for us, so that's fine. Geneva weather, winds light and variable, good visibility, few clouds 1,800 feet. It's -4 there, so a bit chilly. It's warming up here in the UK today. It's been about 10 degrees where I've been. All the snow and ice that has been around since the start of the year, that's finally melted, so that's good news. Looks like the weather is going to remain pretty much the same as well. Zurich very similar too. So yeah, not really anticipating any issues tonight. For some reason, I've only got one alternate, and that is Zurich, but I'm not concerned tonight. Should be fine. Quick flick through the NOTAMs. There's nothing really there to worry about, either at Prague or at Geneva. So that's all fine as well. They're not forecasting snow in Geneva, so just that little bit there in case of snow expected to 40 minutes runway closure. That's when we would probably need lots of fuel to deal with that. Let's see flight plans. Have a look at the weather chart. So that is our flight tonight. You can see that jet stream just helping us slightly in our favour. We've got icing up to about 1,800 feet, and then once we're airborne above that, we'll be fine. Nothing coming back down either, so all of that looks good. In terms of extra fuel, then it's a bit of a busy night on VATSIM. Might just take a little bit of extra fuel for that, a little bit of holding time, but not really going to be taking anything else up because of the weather or anything, so I think we probably don't need too much extra. Plug is 5.8. I reckon if we we've just taken a little bit extra, maybe about 6.2 tons of fuel. That should do us nicely, I reckon. Right, let's get on board and start setting ourselves up. So first thing is first, as always. So aircraft is in its turnaround state. We're on external power. We've got pumps off, packs off, etc. That's all fine. Nav lights are on. Spoilers, flaps, parking brake, that's good. Squawking 2000. Acupressure is not quite in the green. I don't think we'll start loading yet, so I'll check that in a little bit. We'll grab the ATIS first of all, as we have got ATC knocking about tonight. 12216. Let's just have a listen to that. Pens at the ready.
Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Light freezing rain. Broken 3800. Temperature 0. Dew point -5. QNH 1028. NOSIC. Squawk mode Charlie before requesting pushback or taxi. Arrivals keep squawk mode Charlie until parked on stand. PDC clearance available. De-icing pads are available. You have received ATIS mic.
Freezing rain, and what's the temperature?
Good day, Rusina ATIS. Mic. At 2000. ILS approach. Runway in use 24. Runway condition code 555. Runway is wet. Transition level 60. Meta Rusina at 2000. Wind 220 degrees, 7 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Light freezing rain. Broken 3800. Temperature 0. Dew point -5. QNH 1028. NOSIC. Squawk mode Charlie before requesting pushback or taxi. Arrivals keep squawk mode Charlie until parked on stand. PDC clearance available. De-icing pads are available. You have received ATIS mic.
That's better. Don't know why sometimes Flight Sim 24 never starts with live weather, which is really annoying. Right, okay, so that screams de-icing, doesn't it? De-icing pads are available. Can we de-ice on stand? That would be good if we could. Oh god, I've got to remember the de-icing procedure now. So let's have a look at. Let me just bring that up and have a look at that, because that is a full procedure. It's not one that I have committed to memory, but we've got documentation for it. Basically, we just need to close the aircraft down before we do it, so that things don't get leaked into the engine. We also turn the APU off and APU bleed off and things like that, which means the passengers get warm and stuffy. So just one moment, I'm just finding the procedures for that, and then we can get that done. Just bear with me. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly. Hopefully GSX will do it as well, which will be good. Okay, the place isn't that busy tonight, so we can probably get away with the icing on the stand, and then we'll then be able to get straight there. We're not going to have to sort of worry about a long holdover time or anything like that. Right, so I've got the icing checklist here, and we'll do that in a little bit. Okay, so Q&As. Let's go through and continue setting the rest of the aircraft up. What was the QNH? 1028, so it's actually quite high pressure, isn't it? Probably why it's so cold. 1028, and we've got 1215, monitoring the guard frequency there, that's fine. Switching panel is normal, thrust levers, engine by mass selection, that's all good as well. And up here, 1028, QNH. I'll just tell GSX that we can start boarding passengers now. And what was the fuel that I said we were going to take? We're going to take 6.2 tons of fuel on board. hopefully JSX will play ball with that. Didn't play ball the other night, did it? Which was a bit of a pain. If that doesn't play ball, then we won't be de-icing at all. I did check as well before we started that there wasn't a JSX update, which there wasn't, so hopefully it will be fine. Right, let's see if the JSX comes to life. Okay, I think it is doing. Seems to be... it keeps bringing the menu up. Hopefully that is enough. Tug drivers are there. Well, we'll see what happens. And the doors are opening as well. Awesome. Okay, so whilst we're ready, we'll tell them that happy to start boarding. Refueling is underway, but we can board whilst refueling. Seatbelt signs are off. Hey guys, so we're ready for you to start boarding passengers whenever you are. Let the cabin crew know that we're happy.
Okay, Captain, we are starting to board the passengers now.
Okay, so
Ladies and gentlemen,
CFM,
welcome
that's
aboard
fine.
Easyjet Switzerland Flight 1564, departing from Prague and flying to Geneva. We are currently boarding, so please find your seats and stow your luggage in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Clever, this is the Orbex scenery that we've got today. Right, flight number, Easy Swiss. Oh, do you know what? I mean, Top Swiss is a bit of a tongue twister anyway, but they insist on giving the poor pilots absolutely awful alphanumeric call signs. So what we've got today? We are Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, which is ridiculous, isn't it? What's the tropo? It is 36830. Just down with the winds. The only thing I'm finding, I'll show you this once we're airborne. The only thing I'm finding about the box from WinWing is it doesn't sit perfectly flush on the desk. So if you're using some of the keys at the bottom of the keypad, it does rock a little bit, which is a little bit annoying. Have we got coordinates on stand? No, we've not. Let's just double check those. So we've got 56.3 north, 14.58 east. Agreement, that's fine. Wind data has been uplinked, and we're cruising at what, 34,000 feet, and it's going to be minus 57. Alright, so onto the departure bit. Nail it down, so clever. You see, nailing it down, it's the bracket itself. You would need to sort of fix and nail down, but because I basically, you know, I move things around on my desk. I don't have the flight sim set up all the time, so I can't do that. But yeah, it's just, I'll show you what I mean in a bit. So we're going to be arriving at ILS 22. We're expecting Bennett 2 Tango arrival. I'm pretty certain that's going to come in via. Are we coming in via Supri? Double check that. I don't recognise that. That waypoint, which is why I'm going to double check it. Bennett 2 Tango, quick check for the departures. We've got Bennett 1 Tango there. That's not the same as Bennett 2 Tango, is it? Aviaplaner doesn't always have the latest things in. Okay, that's interesting. That's not on there as well. I'm just going to check my Jefferson charts for this. Just bear with me one moment. Bus driver separate used to be SPR. Yeah, it's the Sampre VOR, isn't it? What, have they changed the name of it? If they have, then they've obviously not yet updated in Aviaplaner. So it might be that. Oh, I can hear passengers boarding now, so that's good. Bernard 2 Tango, and yeah, like I said, just have a quick look. Oh right, okay, yeah. So separate is essentially what separate used to be. Oh, that's interesting. They changed it. That means the engine out procedures at Geneva have now all changed. Because that's where you used to go to, separate VOR. I suppose they're getting away with VORs now. They don't use them that much anymore, do they? They're all becoming redundant. Right, well, that's 430 miles in the box. I've got 432 miles on the operational flight plan, so that's fine. Radnav page OKG, that is the VO on field, I think, which is fine. And then let's have a look at the weight. So skip over to the second box over here. Have we got the flight plan? Not the flight plan, the load sheet. We've got two of them. Alright, so 0 fuel weight is 57.6, and it's going to be 30.9, and takeoff is 29.3.
This way.
I do love the fact that WinWing have basically got all of this working without the need for HDMI cable, which is obviously wonderful. Alternate fuel tonight is 1.7 tons. Fuel planning, we've told the boys to load 6.2 tons. We'll see what it says in a moment. That gives us a takeoff weight then. As I said, it's just going to be below max landing weight. So it's 63.6, which is fine, and that's an extra sort of 90 minutes time as well. Perfect. All right, let's do the takeoff performance calculations. All right, so as we heard in the ATIS, runway conditions are wet, flaps 1. Runway condition is 555, so that's okay. It is wet, but it's not contaminated. No need to force target. Anti-ice will be on. Packs will be off. Takeoff weight is 63.6. CFG is 29.3. And we'll have a look at the departure from Bravo. And those gives us figures of 120, 132, 135. Flaps 1. Flex is 56. And just check transition altitude 5,000 feet. I would use the tablet on the sim, but the last time I opened that up, the sim crashed, so I daren't use it now. Val 25 Alpha, transition altitude, just check that. Down at the bottom, yeah, we're all 5,000 feet. Just whilst I'm here, just mentioning no speed restrictions, and no initial climb on there either. Okay, that's fine. I'll contact ATC and tell us, and they'll give us instructions, I'm sure. Right, so with that, let's have a look at the engine out stuff. Oh, let me just log into SimSmart. 1 moment.
Hello?
Right, where are we? LKP. Oh, Geneva. Departing off 2-4. Okay, thrust reduction acceleration is 2158. Acceleration is 2158, so it's all noise abatement 1 stuff. Correction, noise abatement 2 stuff. 2158 as well for engine out. Easyjet stops would take a couple hundred feet off of these now because these are based on 1,000 feet. And then we've got the engine out procedure, so that is standard 2,800 feet. It's a right turn to resume. and hold. 061 left turns. And then from Erasu back to LKPR. And back for an arrival on runway 24 in case we've lost an engine. No star. I think Erasu is one of the Vias. Yes, it is. So select that. And just see what that looks like.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go. Straight out. Right turn. Erasu. And there's the arrival. Wonderful. Right, let's contact air traffic control then, and we shall make sure they're doing what we want them to.
Willkommen an Bord. Hello?
Just checking my memory usage there, because one of my internet windows just stopped working, but never mind. What frequency do we need? We need 13456. This is the next piece of hardware we all need, isn't it? Radio, audio control panel.
This way, please.
So yeah, just apologies, not reading the chat too much. We'll get going and then we'll have plenty of time to chat.
Willkommen an Bord.
13456.
May I see your boarding pass?
Virginia Tower, good evening. Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, stand 26 A320 with information. Mike requesting IFR clearance to Geneva.
May I see your boarding pass, sir?
Top 78, Kilo Quebec, European Tower, good evening, time check 36, clear to Geneva, PAL 25 Alpha departure, initial altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Hello?
Cleared off runway 24 Bal 25 Alpha departure. Initial climb 5,000 and squawk 1,000. Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec.
Top 78, Kilo Quebec, feedback correct.
So one of you guys who are all PMs just pointed out that I've got the wrong thrust reduction in there. What did I put in there? Oh yeah, there should be 2158. There we go, that's corrected. That's why it's always important the guy sat next to you checks the box thoroughly. And then you have to make sure that everything's all confirmed in there. Right, so we've got the Bad 25 Alpha. Initial climb is going to be 5,000 feet. Set up the FCU, that's done. Good. That's happy. Right. So once everyone's on board, we will need to de-ice. Now, where are the de-icing? I don't think I've ever de-iced in Prague, so I'm just going to have a quick look on the chart, see if we can see where the de-icing pads are, or whether we're just going to do it on stand. I think doing it on stand might be the way. Might be the way forward.
Darf ich Ihren Bordpass sehen?
It's parking stands, cargo, north airport. Let's have a quick check. Yeah, I mean we've not got a long taxi anyway, so we're parked at we're parked down here at the hotel, Terminal 2, and then we're just going to taxi up Hotel 1 and then Bravo. So
May I see your boarding
yeah,
pass?
there are a couple of de-icing areas. We could potentially use de-icing area number 4. I think we've got remote de-icing available on GSX now, haven't we? So fingers crossed. Dark Fury has de-iced on the stand. See, we could be really funky. We could try and de-ice en route,
This way.
which is something I don't think we've done before. Quite honest. So we'll see.
Hello?
We shall see. Oliver Fun says 7-8 Quebec Kilo is a mouthful. I know, it doesn't roll off the tongue. It's not great. Nico Aviation, hello from Geneva. Good evening to you. Hope you've got decent weather there where we're coming. So, just whilst everyone's coming on board, let's brief everything. Then we will then we'll get going. So the whether then we're obviously going to de-ice. We will de-ice en route. We'll speak about that in a bit. and weather en route as we're going. Got a bit of icing up to about 18,000 feet. After that, we should be absolutely fine coming into Geneva. Got good weather in Geneva tonight as well. We've got a wet runway for our departure, but runway should go to 5, so it's not that bad. Aircraft is fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar. We've got no NOTAMs to worry about this this evening. Let's discuss what we're doing, where we're going. Okay, so we're going to push back, and we'll have both engines started. We'll push back. We will taxi. Then it's going to be Hotel 1 Hotel, and we're going to request de-icing area 4 for de-ice before departure. Shouldn't be any long holdover time, so that should be fine. And then we're going to do a takeoff from intersection Bravo. Quick look then at the departure. We're on Bal 25 Alpha. Initial climb is 5,000 feet. Come on, charts, you're going to work for me. There we are. Initial climb is 5,000 feet, so we are straight out to Prague 402. We've then got a right turn and the MSA is 36. No speed restriction, so clean up as we go. Threats to be aware of then, obviously we've just spoken about icing, that's something a little bit different, we'll talk about that procedure in a moment, but the actual taxi departure, there's nothing really to worry about. No real terrain around the airport either. Prague is a very, very nice flat airport all around it, so that's really nice. Only thing to mention, of course, I've mentioned it already, we've got icing probably up to about 18,000 feet, so just need to be aware of that. And then yeah, in terms of threats, there isn't really anything else to cover, unless anyone else has got anything they wish to talk about or mention. Then speak now or forever hold your peace. So I'm still waiting for the passengers to come on board. Okay, let's just talk about the de-icing procedure then as as well. So obviously we'll communicate with ground, and once they've started or once they've confirmed that we're ready, we need to make sure that we don't start the engines during fluid strain. We won't be. Engines will already be running. APU will be already running. That's absolutely fine. Speaking of APU, I am going to give that a start now, just whilst we're doing this. So bear with me one minute. Okay, APU is starting. Good evening, Nick. Hope you are doing well and celebrating 46 months of channel membership, and also resubbing at Tier 1 over on Twitch. Nick, you absolute legend. Good evening, guys. Thank you so much. So before we get there, then cabin pressure mode needs to be set to auto, which it is. We need to turn the bleeds off, which we will do. They will be on at the moment, but yeah, the bleed air needs to be off, as engine 1 bleed, engine 2 bleed both off. Obviously we'll get the engine 1 bleed fault, that is fine, don't need to worry about that. APU bleed also needs to be off, and the ditching button needs to be pushed, which isn't something we press very often, and I always forget where the flipping thing is. There it is. It's a guarded switch. So yeah, that needs to be off as well. Check then on the lower ECAM that the aircraft is all closed, and then yeah, it's all ready and set for spraying. Okay, once we're spraying, I'll talk about what we do after that. Okay, APU's running. Let's get the APU bleed air on, so passengers aren't getting too warm. Give it another minute, we'll get the packs on as well. With the APU running there, let's disconnect the external power. Everybody's on board. Fuel pumps can come on. Seatbelt signs on as well. And with that, cockpit preparation checklist, so aircraft acceptance, that's been completed. Fuel quantity, we have got 6.2 tons, and that is balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is. We've got 3.5 green in the barrel. QNH is 1028. Lovely. So, let's get the ground crew into. In fact, we'll not get the ground crew into position. But before we request ready for push, as per the ATIS message, we need to have transponder set to squawking mode Charlie. So we'll do that now. Prague ground. We're on the wrong frequency. Wrong frequency. Let's make the call on the right frequency. Prague Tower, top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, stand 26 is ready for push and start.
Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, squawk 1000, push and start approved, push position 5.
Squawk 1000, push and start approved, push position 5 for top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
So just going to ground chart up.
The cabin is ready for
Hello,
departure,
Captain. We are ready
Captain.
for pushback.
Glad to hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Easyjet Switzerland Flight 1564, departing from Prague and flying to Geneva. My name is Caroline, and I'm your lead flight attendant today. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful crew members,
Okay, pushback
Lucas,
5.
Petra, Jan, and Eva. We
Departure
are
checks
thrilled to have you
completed.
with us.
Bypass
We expect a
pin
flight
inserted.
time of approximately 1 hour and 4 minutes, cruising at an altitude of 34,000 feet. Now, I'd like to take a moment to go over some important safety.
Commander Freezer, the engine vibration is showing a value of 2.5. Is it blinking at you as well?
To release it, simply lift the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated, as we may experience turbulence. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure,
I've got some ice on it depending on where you are. Right, where are we? 30.9 and 29.2. Excellent, no LMCs.
Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others. We also have life vests located under your seats. In the event of an emergency landing on water, remove the vest from its container, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the
Release
tubes.
parking brakes, please.
For your safety,
Okay, so before
there are
start
two
off, this parking brake is on.
emergency
Takeoff
exits
data is
located at the front
confirmed.
of the cabin
120,
and
132,
Please
135.
take a moment to locate the
Windows are
exit
closed,
doors.
heads are on
Keeping
flight
in mind
mode,
that it may be
doors
behind
are
you.
closed, and
We will
our
be coming
beacon
around
light
shortly with our in-flight service. And just a
is
reminder,
on,
we only accept card
Release
payments,
parking brakes,
so
please.
please have your cards
and
ready.
parking brakes
Thank you
released.
for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Nozzle steering is disconnected, and we'll do as they said because we do have icing conditions tonight. Just saying as well, I do apologise because I know I'm not reading the chat at the moment too much, just whilst we're sort of getting going, getting airborne. Lots to do at this point, which we're rattling through. Once we're airborne, any questions I've missed, do please ask me again. Again, frame rates in the Phoenix looking really nice this evening. What am I using with regards to my cabin crew? Yeah, it is Say Intentions Entourage. Link in the video for that. Okay, that's quite a nice pushback. That's a very good pushback, actually.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set. Okay, pushback's complete. We're now going to start the engines. So, engine mode selector to ignition, paranoia check, APU bleed, yeah, that's on, and starting to 1. Sergio, what briefing do we use? Every airline uses a different briefing. The focus with regards to actually doing the sort of brief is don't overcomplicate it. We could talk about absolutely everything, but if you don't need to mention it, don't mention it. It's just bump. Don't mention things that don't need to be mentioned.
Tower
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Start, please.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
5908, Ruznia Tower is low. Stand by. Traffic behind.
I definitely get better frame rates in the Fenix in 24 than I do in 2020. Right, pushback tugs out of the way. Ground crew's waving the pin at us, so that's good. Engine 1 has got a good start. Starting engine 2. And we're going to tell them that we want to go and de-ice. De-icing area 4. Christian, you're proud of Dark for not replying with standing by. Don't need to reply to a standby message, do you? Oliver Ford says, loving the streams, really enjoyable to watch. Oliver, thank you so much. Hope you are enjoying them. They obviously are much more enjoyable when you guys are here, so thank you for that. And engine number 2 got a good start as well. Okay, so APU bleed, that can come off. APU master, that can come off. And set the trim. And the start checklist. So anti-ice is anti-ice is actually going to be on. So anti-ice is on. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim is 29.2. Rudder is neutral. Okay, and we shall do a flight control check as well whilst we're here. In fact, actually, we'll do a flight control check whilst we're moving. So. Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec is ready for taxi, and if possible, can we get taxi to de-icing area 4, please, prior to departure, and we can take in section Bravo tonight.
Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, no problem. Taxi de-icing area number 4, which is a stand 5-1 via Hotel 1, Foxtrot, Lima, and Golf.
Taxi to de-icing area number 4 and 5-1, and that's going to be via Hotel 1, Foxtrot, Lima, and Golf. Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec. So I'm just going to check that. So
598, when clear of the A321 Easyjet from right to left, push and
Foxtrot,
start approved, push position 1.
Lima, and Golf. So we're coming in that way then, clearly.
Right to left, push back position 1. Easy 598.
So, feel like we need to hurry up. We're getting in the way of Dark Fury. Who's, I'm sure, eager to push back. Right, I hope if GSX can't do the de-icing, then it doesn't matter. We'll still pull on to stand and just talk through the procedure without the visuals. Okay, so flight control check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. And rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. So we've got no LMCs tonight, no changes to our performance. Our engine out procedure is standard, so it's going to be straight out. Then once secured and above 2,800 feet, it's right turn to the ratio holding point, hold 4,000 feet, and we're back in then on the ILS 24. Departure is straight out noise abatement 2, first turn will be to the right. No speed restrictions or anything like that, and our initial climb is 5,000. Okay, this is Lima. Golf coming up a moment. There it is. Brake check. Huffy, yeah, it's probably something I need to do that and change the actual, change the listing. To be honest, Twitch confuses me. Yeah, fine. Which is why we're often on YouTube a lot more. Well, we're always on YouTube. But there you are. Christian says, sound like I slapped something with a ruler. Yeah, it was HD. Yeah, he's behind me. Saying, why didn't you just de-ice on stand, you numpty? I think I need a new chair, that's what it was. VATSIM, these are the Lido charts from Avia Planner, which are included free in, yeah, they're free in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Charlie, stand 57, we're ready for taxi, and we are in the intersection Bravo. 63 Charlie, Squawk Mod Charlie.
KPR, the WinWing doesn't support the fly-by-wire at the moment. I'm sure it will do in a few months. So put on stand 51 in a moment. Christian Relic's chair sounds like Chewbacca whenever he moves. I need to go and visit him and listen to that. Cabin crew, just stand by for de-icing.
Okay, Captain. Cabin crew will stand by for de-icing.
Okay, and we shall hold it there. Right, parking brakes on. Alright, so see if we can remember how to do this with GSX then in place. So first thing we're going to do is we just want to check that we are on auto, which we are. Engine 1 bleed needs to come off. Engine 2 bleed needs to come off. We'll probably get an air bleed fault down here in a moment. There it is. That's okay. We can disregard that. And the ditching needs to be on. Let's just cancel that master caution. So there we go. Cancel that. And we want the ditching. That needs to be pressed. So ditching is on. And just check that we are closed down here. Okay, so we now got a nice sealed aircraft, so that's fine. Right, hopefully we can do this within 20 minutes, otherwise it's not good for passenger comfort. Thrust levers are idle, and let's tell the ground crew we're ready for spraying. So,
63 Charlie via Bravo,
is
runway
this gonna work?
for takeoff, wind 250 degrees, 6 knots.
Oh, why is it not giving us the option? Oh, that's really annoying. It used to, didn't it? It used to give you a remote de-icing option. Ugh. Well, never mind. Okay, so what we would do then is we'd now tell the ground crew, right, ready to we're ready to de-ice, the aircraft set up for it. They'd then commence spraying. They'd need to let us know what the spray using, what the consistency is in terms of percent of water ratio, all that stuff, so that we can document that and just come off frequency for a moment. So then they would spray it all, and all that would be done. Then once that is done, all the ground equipment all needs to be removed. We've got the report then from the ground crew, like the ratio of fluid to water. We'd make a note of the holdover time, so we could start a timer so we know how long that is. We'll perhaps use the first officer's side for that. There you go. He can time that. And then the ground crew would need to let us know, is everything clean, everything, all that's done as well, checking all the pitos, everything that's important, etc., stuff like that. So that's done. Right, once that's done, then the ditching needs to be turned off. We can watch, make sure that that is indeed taking place down here. Outflow valve, we need to check that that's open, which it has. We need to leave it at least a minute after spraying, so we'll go for that. We'll leave that to time it. A minute after spraying, we can then get the bleeds back on. That's engine 1, engine 2 bleed. If we were using the APU, so if we're still on stand, you'd need to leave that 5 minutes on stand. We don't need to worry about that though, because we're not using it. And then after this, we can resume normal procedure. We'll do that after a minute, get these back open. Then we're done. Lulu, just point out as well, sorry, the holdover time begins as soon as the operation begins. Yeah, once the fluid is on. So we will say now that we've been done. We've been done for a minute. Yeah, just to speed the stream up. So that's done, and then we can get those both back on. Pack 1's back working. Pack 2's back working, and we now can resume normal operations. So that's de-icing. Shame we couldn't do it with the visuals, but never mind. Tower tops for 7.8 kilo Quebec has finished icing, and we're ready to continue taxi, and yeah, can still take intersection Bravo.
Top system 8 Kilo Quebec, give way to the company A321 from right to left, then taxi holding point runway 24 via Hotel and Bravo.
Give way to the passing company aircraft passing right to left, and then taxi via Hotel Bravo to holding point Bravo for runway 24, tops for 7.8 Kilo Quebec.
And top service 78 Kilo Quebec, New QNH 1027.
New QNH 1027, tops for 7.8 Kilo. Okay, so that's updated. Tax lights are on, and let's get ready to go then. We have to press the dishing button, so that's exciting, yes. It's about as exciting as it gets.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Okay, so let's do the taxi checklist then. So flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMAs, we've got 120 blue, 135 blue climb, nav blue, on FD2, 5000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear, they are on. Engine mode selector is normal. ECAM, we've got takeoff no blue, and our AFB is stowed. Bernard, the story, the pilot hit the cargo fire button instead of the ditch button, destroying all the passenger sluggers. Oh no! That's an expensive mistake. Whoops. Once again though, I think the sim is looking very good.
78 Kilo Quebec via Bravo, runway 24, clear for takeoff, wind 260 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear takeoff, runway 24 via Bravo, tops for 78 Kilo Quebec.
Easy 598, line up and wait, runway 24 as number 2, number 1, intersection Bravo.
Line up runway 24 on wait, Easy 598.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Okay, so lineup checklist. Cabin is secure. Takeoff runway is 24 via Bravo. And TCAS TRA packs 1-2 off. Okay, let's go. Take off. Stop chrono. And stable. Manflex, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. Engine 2 critical. Knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav.
Top 78 Kilo Quebec, no ATC has 13,122 destination. Have a good evening, bye.
122.8, thank you so much for the service. Top 78 Kilo Quebec. First climb, auto thrust. Power one engaged. Packs back on.
D598, wind 26 radically 5 knots, runway 24, for takeoff.
Takeoff, 198.
Okay, flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Settings, is it worth buying the Fenix A320? Oh, 100%. For the price, it's an absolute steal. So there is a little bit of haze around. With the anti-ice on, just to sort of climb above that. Jesse, am I still using FSLTL? Yeah, they're all the models. Right, no ATC around, so we'll give ourselves a high climb. So, first climb, open climb, and 1990 blue standard pressure. Although there's a 320 have thrust asymmetry compensation if the engine goes bang after V1. What, in order to stop it, sort of? Do you mean in order to stop it rolling, or not? Because if it goes bang after V1, you just set maximum continuous thrust, and then run through the procedure to shut down the bang engine and get yourself somewhere safe, and then decide, right, where are we going? Chances are, this close to Prague, then we're going back there. Spoilers, flaps, gear, lights off. So, just ding the seatbelt signs. That means cabin crew can now be free to move around the cabin. To be fair, seatbelt signs will be going off for the passengers as well in a minute, because it's pretty calm out there, isn't it, tonight? So that's 10,000 feet. Happy to take the anti-ice off now. Alright, cost index of 0. Rad nav doesn't need to be cleared out.
Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude, and you are welcome
Flight level
to
340 is fine for us today, so I'll wind that up.
onboard Wi-Fi service is now available for you to enjoy during the flight. Thank you.
340 blue. And second flight plan, copy active. And run away. Why am I landing lights still? I think in Flight Sim 24 I just need to sort of check out my mini overhead panel, because not all of the switches do what they should all the time. Okay, happy to remove the seatbelt signs for
Tops with 78
everybody.
Kilo Quebec departure. Contact Rosine approach on 119.01.
It's Say Intentions ATC. Not going to use that today. Not last one VATSIM. Because I think there's a bit of ATC coming up a little bit later on, so stick to VATSIM and not better than that. Alright, so at the moment, about an hour of flight time. Christian, have we pressed the recall buttons after clearing the bleedy cabs? What? To see what was broken? I did clear the... when they were on, I cleared them, so it shouldn't come up. So we shouldn't see it on landing. But I know what you mean. When you're on the approach and stuff. The one I get, of course, is my side stick issue. That always comes up on the approach. Just to remind me. Bernard, does St. Intentions have regional accents, or is it all ATC? Is all the ATC American? No, Bernard, it does have regional accents. It does. I mean, you can use it for a little bit if you wish. So 119.1. I think I've got this working. Virginia, good evening, tops for 78 Kilo Quebec, passing flight level 180, requesting flight level 340, inbound Baltu.
Tops with 78 Kilo Quebec identified. 5 miles northwest of Rakovnik Airfield at flight level 180, heading 254 QNH 1027. Cleared direct PR 402, climb flight level 340.
Clear direct PR 402, not sure about that. That actually didn't have a regional accent at all, did it? So, normally it does, it's usually pretty good. Maybe it doesn't have a Prague accent just there yet. Side stick master caution, cancel this one. So, yeah, I'll come back onto it. That really wasn't a good advert for it, was it? Christian says, yeah, that's what I meant. If you clear them, start up again, your actual beat fault you can wouldn't tell you because you've already cleared them. Yeah. Yeah, obviously did disregard them. Once we get to top of climb anyway, we always go through the SD pages just to double check. Hopefully we won't get the blue-faced passengers. Or pilots. Brian, what's my feeling about Beyond ATC now? does some rather strange approach fixtures. To be honest, I've not used beyond ATC air traffic control for a while now. I do like their traffic injection. Lulu, going back to what you were saying a little bit earlier, says on the 777 the thrust asymmetry compensation system will automatically trim the rudder to mitigate the oil motion. Yeah, no, the 320 doesn't do that. You have to you sort of manually trim the aircraft out, and then once you're happy, then you can engage autopilot, and autopilot will obviously then take over for you. Christian, can we have a look at the control mapping in cruise to get rid of the classic fault? Christian, it's a bit of a channel staple now. I feel really sad to get rid of it. It's one of the things we always do. Wow, the memory, look at that. The memory usage has really dropped since we left the airport. So that's good news. So hopefully we will get some VATSIM ATC a little bit later on. Paul says, anyone using beyond ATC tonight at Prague got told to taxi runway 24 via Golf Foxtrot? Via Golf and Foxtrot. That's interesting because we were obviously parked down here at Terminal 2 and we did taxi via Foxtrot and Golf. Golf and Foxtrot. Probably doesn't make too much sense, does it? Christian, that's the only user interface change that I actually like in Flight Sim 24, the possibility of changing control settings without pausing the sim. Yeah, that's true. Oliver Phone, we've got Munchen radar in about 5 miles. Munchen radar, to me, it always sounds like the control, the air traffic controllers there must be really hungry. They're always eating. Munchen. But yeah, ATC on the way. BK highlights: is it worth buying Prague for Orbex's Prague for Flight Sim 24 or wait until the tail strike is compatible? That's your choice. That was the Orbex one we came out of tonight with no issues. BK, yeah, it was Orbex, the one that we've just used now. Oliver says, how about we drop some food off as you pass by? I am hungry now, you've said that. Hey guys, when you got a couple of minutes, have you got any bags of crisps knocking about in the cabin that I could borrow, steal? Need a good cabin crew.
Captain, I can check with the crew if we have any bags of crisps available. Just a moment.
Let's go over. Thanks, preferably salt and vinegar. Chipsticks. Yeah, I'm such a picky pilot.
Oh, let me check with the crew if we have any salt and vinegar chipsticks available, Captain. I love saying tensions, cabin crew. And there's so many different ones you can pick from as well. Dead STK, you've just got the S-minus side from WinWing. I've not got that, and I still got that same message with the side that I've got now. So, yeah. Yeah, Mark, to be fair, they're probably not going to have salt and vinegar chipsticks on EasyJet.
If you haven't done so already, guys, please don't forget to leave a like as well on the stream. Also, remember our Contrail Store 10% discount code down at the bottom of your screens there has been reset for 2025. So if you've already used it once, doesn't matter, you can use it again. But it is one-time use only this year, so make sure you use it wisely. So jot it down for the next time you're using, you wanted to purchase stuff. And also, don't forget link to Innobills as well if you're purchasing any of their planes, software, scenery, etc. And that link, of course, helps support us, so really do appreciate that. Dark Fury, there's no trolley service on this A320 Easy Real. Are you doing a relocation flight, Dark? Oh, I bet I know your call sign. They did have one recently, didn't they? There's been lots of relocation and positioning flights for Easyjet, not just Easyjet, but lots of different aircraft over Europe over this last couple of weeks as the weather's been playing havoc. A couple of thousand feet to go. GD says, Gavin, try buying the missus a trolley and ask her to bring you dinner whilst we fly. Yeah, but if I did that, GD, you probably wouldn't see me for a while. Until I'd healed fully. Mark, oh no, salt and vinegar chipsticks are off the menu. I hope the doctor was a little bit more polite in how we phrased it. Ooh, do you know what? Those clouds down there, they're probably the worst clouds I've seen in Microsoft Flight Sim 24. They look very blocky, for the want of a better phrase. Oliver Phone, can you use Say Intentions without the 86? Yeah, of course you can, Oliver. That's exactly what I'm doing. So with Say Intentions, all you do, you've got the option. You've got the intercom, which is basically cabin crew and everything like that. Then you've got air traffic control. Now, if you just bought Say Intentions Entourage, which is a one-time only purchase, then you don't get the ATC. You just get the intercom. I've got both. So. Did you hear the cabin crew? I don't know if you heard that. She was just announcing what they got, and she actually said they had got salt and vinegar chipsticks. Brilliant. So that's awesome. Right, let's just quickly go through the SD pages. Oliver Fun, yeah, link in the video description and to the Say Intentions, and also there's a 24-hour free trial as well. I think it's 24 hours, so definitely worth checking out. A bit cold for me up front. All of those look good. Just do a quick fuel check. What did we take? 6.2 tons, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine. Mental maths issue. Rafi, mate, thank you so much for the tips. Says, thank you for creating such such amazing content on the YouTube channel. I truly appreciate all the hard work and effort you put into it. Keep up the great work. Rafi, thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you and very, very generous. Glad you like the content, and hopefully you like the live streams as well. But yeah, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Okay, yeah, so they're all good. Company message comes through. Just clear that out. It's great now. I can read all the company messages on my actual WinWing would do, which is lovely. I haven't got another load sheet. Bug in the system. Don't need that. So we're now at Areto. Let's just check what extra fuel did we take then. So 5.8 was plug. We took 6.2, so that's 400 kilograms extra, plus the contingency of 200 kilograms extra, so that's 0.6 tons extra. And where are we? Did I just say? Areto. 3.9 plus 0.6 is 4.5, so we should have 4.5 tons, and we've got that magic number. Perfect. Alex, how am I finding the WinWing McDo? Right, let me try and show you something. I like it. I really like it. I have one very, very slight niggle. 1 minute, let me just get my camera up. So... hopefully this works. Yeah, there you go. So the actual buttons themselves, I don't think are as solid as they could be. They're not a really good, firm, solid button to press. So if I just wrap that page and type this in. So yeah, it's obviously not something I can really convey very well in a stream, but it's just a bit, you know, they're just not as solid as they could be. Obviously, the real box is the picture, the plastic, quite a hard plastic. These are rubber, and you can just, I don't know, we just maybe see that a little bit. So it's not quite as firm as they perhaps could be, but you've got to remember the price we're talking about. So that's that. The other little niggle that I have, although actually I mentioned this in my video, but actually it makes no difference which flying than it is at this angle, is just because the mounting bracket will work in a various different formats and things. That bit just sticks out there at the top when you've got it at this angle. It's a very minor niggle, but it's just not flush. And the reason it does that, in case you're using the other mounting holes to secure it another way. The biggest thing I found, and the only thing I don't like, this is obviously all set up correctly for having it at this angle on a desk, which is great, really like it. But it does mean that just down here at the bottom, you see, there's just a bit of a... you can't hear it clicking away, I don't think, but there's just a bit of movement there, and unless you are going to screw it down to the desk and use the brackets to sort of mount it, which I'm not, because I basically move all this stuff around all the time, it's just like the bracket's just fractionally too high down at the bottom, so when you're using the bottom buttons, it's moving up and down, probably more so than you can actually see here in the video. But yeah, that's it's a minor thing. It's there, but it's a minor thing. So yeah, that's it. But you know, the price we're talking about. If I had to compare it with the Korean Air box that we got reviewed the other day, hang on, let me just grab that 1 second. So the Korean Air box is the one which has interchangeable front plates, so you can use the Boeing, you can use the 7377, I think they do a 74, and obviously Airbus do. So that's this one. Now it's based on an older box, so the colour isn't as blue as this. I do like the blue colour of the WinWing. That's really nice. These though, these keys, these are much firmer. So these keys are far better, I feel, than this, and I like the bracket as well of that. There's no movement whatsoever on this one. This is obviously much more expensive. I say much more expensive. It's not really expensive, but it is more expensive than the WinWing. But you can change the faceplates; they're just magnetic, which I really like. So that's cool. Which one do I prefer? This one you have to use the HDMI cable as well as USB, so that is obviously a downside to it. But if you're the kind of pilot that likes to chop and change between different aircraft, I think I would say this one. Definitely this one. It's one unit, different faceplates. They're magnetic. It just literally pulls off. I can't do it one-handed. And then you just swap it over, put a different faceplate on, and it just works. So yeah, I would say this one if you're flying different aircraft all the time, but obviously if you're just flying Airbus and that's all you want, then the McDo box from WinWing. That's the way to go. So yeah, 2 of those, and then I absolutely love the Wing Flex FCU unit. That is the FCU combo. That is beautiful. And obviously, you know, I'm happy to display full disclosure. Both these companies sent me these, so thank you to both Air Korea for those, and for WinWing for this. The Wing Flex unit here, though, I actually purchased. They sent it me to try, but not to keep. And after I tried it, I thought that's amazing, so I did buy that. So that was actually purchased. At the moment as well, the WinWing aircraft, you can WinWing McDo, you can only use this with the Fenix aircraft at the moment. This only works with the Fenix aircraft, nothing else at the time of launch. So it doesn't even work with the default Zobo or Innobuilds, anything like that. I'm sure it will come in the future, but at the moment, this is only working with the Fenix. Now that's no problem for me because the Fenix aircraft is the one I fly. But I'd like it to work at some point with the fly-by-wire, so we can use it with, say, the Headwind 330, the Innobuilds 330. That would be good. And of course, both of these, you can use things like MobiFlight or Spadnex. So yeah, hopefully that's answered a few questions for you. If anyone's got any other questions regarding that, I'm happy to answer those to the best of my ability. Jan, can you use the Aerostar 330 on the PU CDU V2? I believe you can, yeah, because obviously you can use the fly-by-wire as well. Right, let's do some other stuff then, and this is where actually just having a physical box, whatever box you get, I can't recommend having a box enough, because honestly, just having a box is fantastic, just for doing stuff. It's so much quicker, it is so much easier. So what we're doing now, that's GG. I'm just checking the weather in Geneva. Also doing the weather request for LSZH, because that's our alternate tonight. Send both those off, and yeah, just having both of those working it's just so nice to actually have a physical box. It's that tactile feel. I like putting in the engine out procedures. It's a breeze. It's far easier than having to use a mouse. So we've got Geneva at the moment, no clouds detected, visibility is 9 kilometers, QNH 1032, so we'll just preset these. So that's all set. Jordan has been a member for 21 months now as well. 3 months ago, and that'll be 2 years, Jordan, indeed. Indeed. Thanks so much for your support, Jordan, during that time. I appreciate that. BK, can cabin crew, can the St. Intentions cabin crew speak other languages? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. So that's not an issue. Got a nice tailwind around 77 knots at the minute. Looking to get in just after 10 o'clock. So by the time we're on stand, hey guys, just a quick update for you. We are expecting to get into Geneva at about 20 past 10 this evening, if you want to let anybody know. Have we flown to Shetland?
Thanks for the update, Captain.
Moscow.
I'll let the passengers know about our expected arrival time in Geneva.
Not for a while. Sheremetyevo. Can
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a quick update for you. We are expecting to arrive in Geneva at approximately 10:20 this evening. Thank you for your attention.
That's 10:20 Zulu time, of course. Gabriel, tips for energy management on descent. Okay, so obviously if you're flying an aircraft which has VNAV, that's fine. Gabriel, I'll tell you what, the best thing for me to do is to actually, if you can stick around, watch us as we do the descent. Yeah? Watch us as we do the descent, and hopefully that will work for you. I'll talk you through what it is we're doing. But I'm going to start setting the box up now for descent, and I'll talk about a couple of things there which you can probably use to help as well. Right, we're expecting Bernard 2 Tango arrival for tonight. So just have a quick look at this. So I'll just come down here, check the coding for all this as well. That's the other thing as well. I can now zip through these while keeping the charts on screen. So just checking all of those. Then we'll check these with you. I've got Bennett, then Nemos, then we've got Verox and Sapri, and they're all there. So that's perfect. We've got max speed 210 at Sapri. That's also a holding point. There's the information on the Sapri hold down there, so that's fine. There are no altitude constraints when coming down, so that's alright as well. We've got some minimums, of course. There you can see 48555. If we're ready to see, it makes no difference that way. Okay, so that's fine. Bernard, I have no idea how the McDo from WinWing gets its display information either. It's some voodoo magic. Right, now I just want to get the airport ILS arrival information in. So let's check this out. So ILS for runway 22. That is the weirdest platform altitude I've ever seen. 4640? Really? Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, didn't think so. Did I have the wrong thing there? It should be 7,000 feet. Pretty certain the platform altitude is 7,000 feet. Hey, Rail Cowgirl. Loved the picture I saw the other day on Discord of your actual cockpit. That was really cool. Yeah, so platform altitude is indeed 7,000 feet. I'm not quite sure what that was all banging on about just here. So let's just have a quick look. It's normal 3-degree glide, no displaced threshold. Pappies are 30 degrees. This is the flight path angle, so that's fine. Cat 1 minimums 2040. The go around is straight out when 9.5 miles from Geneva. Left turn, max speed 185, so I'll be doing flaps 1. Intercept the CBY radial back to SPR. Now, I bet that's changed in the latest update. Let's just see what we've got down here. Yeah, see, now this takes you straight back to Sapporo. So I think this is old chart information. Aviaplan has been very, very good, but this is slightly old chart information. I would like to see what Microsoft Flight Simulator's charts show, because I reckon that's up to date. However, the EFB scares me since I had to crash the desktop the last time I opened it. Peter ATCO, hello. Good to see you, mate. Okay, well, if those charts are out to date, we're going to hop back to Jepson charts just because they are in date. So let's brief our arrival then. Before we do that, we need some ATIS information, if there is any available. Not sure there is, sadly, so that's annoying, but never mind, we shall get some somehow. Off schedule descent, ratings as well with Party 4. Good evening, guys. Hope you are hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. So off, we've got about half an hour left flight time. Top of descent is only 60 miles away, so that's why we're just going through all this stuff now. Alright, so what have we got? We've got winds 220 at 2 knots, visibility is good, -4, QNH 1032, that is fine. Yeah, so got no problems with the weather. Our landing weight is going to be, what's the landing weight going to be? 57, 58, 59, 60, call it 61.2. So, still a landing calculation, 61.2. Water brake low, idle reverse, flaps 3. Yeah, no problem. So, QNH 1, 0, 3, 2. Temperature is, what was it, -4, and the winds 220 2. Just making a note of that, the clean speed is 223, S speed is 186, so yeah, if we need to do the go around, we need to do it in flaps 1. Minimum. Alice, where can you find the landing weight? You need to have a look at your fuel prediction page, and it's basically your zero fuel weight plus your estimated fuel on board. Your zero fuel weight is all your passengers, yourself and everything, and that's what fuel you're landing with. Add the two together, that gives you your landing weight. Right, what was I looking for? I was looking for the minimums, wasn't I? We are runway vision range 550 or above. Missed approach climb gradient. Yeah, we've got 2 good engines, so that's fine. So it's going to be 1565. config 3 landing. Aircraft calling top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec. Readability is 2x5, very quiet. Right, just setting the box up for the arrival.
Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, any better?
It's a little bit louder. Top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec.
Roger, can you report your speed, please? We're approximately 7 miles behind you and catching up.
Indicated max speed is 0.73.
Roger, thank you. 8598.
Okay, so let's brief our arrival then as our topper's descent is coming. Let's go from the beginning. Alright, so got no worries about the weather, everything's good, got good visibility, things like that. A little bit of anti-ice on as we're going down. Straight in approach then from Bennett, we'll check the coding, that's all fine. Plan is to be 7,000 feet at Sapra, max speed 210 knots, so that needs to be probably flaps 1 then as we get to Sapra, flaps 2 as we intercept the glide and start going through. It is going to be a nice straight in approach. Approach for Geneva is pretty straightforward in itself. ILS approach 3 degrees, 3 degrees on the PAP is 3 degrees on the flight path angle, so that is fine. Minimums are 1565 and no displaced threshold. Once we've landed, we are vacating to the left. Once, if we need to go around, it's straight out, Golf 803 and a left turn back to Sapra, where we'll take up the hold again at 7,000 feet. If we need to do the go around, it's going to be a flaps 1 go around. Threats to be aware of, we're obviously in a valley, we've got terrain to the north, to the west and to the east, so MSA as we are coming in is 7,000. However, once if we are doing a go around, MSA is 10,600. Of schedule return, May says, love the Fenix tutorials, you fly the 7.3 in real life, fantastic. Systems logic, very different, but your videos are very helpful, making sense. The thing I found, I can't fly the 7.3, the Boeing confuses the hell out of me. But essentially, both aircraft do exactly the same thing. However, it's getting the aircraft to do that thing. You just have to do it in a different way. But yeah, it's interesting. Lulu, always wondered about the logic of having to press the button on the overhead for a flaps 3 landing. It's because if you didn't press that and you had flaps 3 set, when you were coming in for a landing, the ground proximity warning system would start shouting, too low, flaps, too low, flaps, because it doesn't know you're doing a flaps 3 landing and it thinks you've just forgotten to set flaps 4. Rail Cowgirl. Oh, you're pretty much there on the PPL then. That's a lot of exams to go through. I know, because I'm doing them. Hey guys, just letting you know we'll be starting our descent in about 5 minutes.
Thanks for the update, Captain. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Use auto brake low as well. Peter ATCO, pre-approach donation. Well, that's different. Thanks so much, Peter, for your awesome and continued support of the channel. As always, very, very much appreciated. So we shall be looking when we land. We'll be looking to park stand 83, 84, 85. Right, down we go. Thrust side low percent 150 blue. Oh, Railcar, you passed the air law exam this morning. That is awesome. Huge thumbs up and claps for Railcar girl. Because do you know what, the air law exam? Oh my god, it's boring. It is so boring. I love meteorology and stuff like that. I don't even mind navigation. Communications is almost straightforward and more or less common sense. But yeah, air law's just boring. Lulu said if flaps 3 is the standard landing flaps config, do you think the GPS callouts will be inhibited? I know. Every pilot's different with the 320. Obviously, a flaps 3 landing in the 321, there's the tail strike issue. But flaps 3, you've just got you've got that little bit more energy. It's a bit more responsive, and there are other benefits as well. It's more fuel efficient. It's not as noisy. So you hardly need to flare anything either. But, so yeah, I think most try to get in on a flaps 3. Obviously, if you're landing somewhere where you can't, then you can't do it. But if I can get in on flaps 3, I will do. Speed and Power says, good evening, love the videos on YouTube. They've been a great help. Speed Power, that's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for your support. And
Geneva area traffic, Easy
happy you like those?
Now go flight up 296,260 knots, only minute 2, Tango arrival for the LS22.
And Geneva traffic, I'll try that again. Geneva traffic, top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec, currently descending flight level 150, and we're going to descend speed at 280 knots. Geneva traffic. Oh no, Peter! Oh, I hope it's some. I hope it's been. I hope whatever it was that failed it is something that will be passable. So not something daft like eyesight, which tends not to get better with age, sadly. Dead mode, can the WinWing do have to be used as a Boeing FMC, or do you have to buy the Boeing one? You'd probably have to buy the Boeing one, dead mode. That's kind of the way they've done it. That's a beautiful view of Lake Geneva that we can see. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for landing, please.
Cabin crew, take seats for landing.
Don't think the cabin crew needs to be prepared for landing just yet. We've got a few minutes to go. Just to let you know, we've probably got about 20 minutes to landing. Victor, thank you for the follow.
Thanks for the update, Captain. I'll prepare the cabin for landing.
Railcar, when do we get our hands on the WingFlex module? I know, I think I'm expecting, obviously WingFlex target a really high quality market, don't they? Everything's metal and such, so I am hoping for something similar with regards to that. Just wanted to speed up a bit, just because we're still above the profile. I want to get beneath that. Hey, Steve Cole, good evening. You've missed nothing apart from a thorough comparison of the WinWing McDo to the MCDU version 2. Speed and Power, the cabin crew is from Say Intentions. If you have a look on the... well, in fact, if you come over to YouTube and watch this live stream now, there's a link in the video description to the cabin crew, Say Intentions cabin crew that we use. Peter, that is good to know. I'm glad it will hopefully sort itself out in time. Ali, what is the secret of a soft landing on the A320? So I do have a video tutorial on landing the A320, and basically it tells you there is no set rule, which I know probably isn't what you want to hear. But what it does go through is lots of things to consider when flaring. It's when to flare, how much to flare, all based on things like weather conditions, speed, all that kind of stuff. Because, yeah, every single landing is different. And it's just things to be aware of. Like today, there's very little wind, and we're doing a flaps 3 landing, so it probably just needs to be a little flare and hold it. If we had a strong headwind, hardly any flare. If you got a tailwind, cut the thrust maybe 10 feet early, maybe about 40 feet, and a decent flare. Pep and Polly, have I had any CTD since doing the adjustment video? Can't answer that because I might jinx it. Okay, descending to altitude 7,000 feet, so we've got 7,000 blue, QNH 1032. Steve, what's a check? Do they still exist? Dark Fury, when are we taking the Phoenix back to Vega on 24? I will do that, Dark. I need to do that because I need to make my peace with that place. Seatbelt signs on. Well, Steve, I think I might want to keep it. Geneva traffic, top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec inbound on the Bennett 2 Tango arrival from the east, and currently 65 miles from Sabre. Dynasty says, always nice coming to see me come to your home airport. It's one of my favourite airports to come into, let's be honest. Captain HMW is doing very well. If you are only just joining us, then rewatch this in a little bit, because I did do sort of a live sort of camera video thing on the box, looking at little things, so worth checking out. Okay, so we're going to activate the approach phase. LS is on. Look at the mist over the lake. How cool is that? I mean, that really is good to see. I love that. So, flying in Flight Sim 24, I feel like at the moment I am a little bit limited in the airports that we can fly to, because I haven't actually got that many that are, you know, available for Flight Sim 24. I only want compatible ones, because otherwise that's when we're risking the CTDs. And oh my word, Rail Cowgirl, that is incredibly generous. Thank you so much for an incredible super chat. 600 krona. Bend to my will, metal Skybird, and take us to the big blueness. Everyone chant Skybird, Skybird, Skybird. I love seeing the pictures you put up on the various Discord servers, because we're members of several similar ones, Rail Cowgirl. And I think you must get some of the most beautiful views, and obviously you're going to have them on the ground, get them in the air as well now. So yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. The snow-covered countrysides that you drive through, just so picturesque. And thank you again. Really, really generous super chat. Very, very much appreciated. Right, just speed 250. Okay, so now, someone was talking about energy management a little bit earlier. I know I want to be 7,000 feet as safer. I'm now using VS 700, and as I move the VS, you know, you can see how that moves. So that is a really good way of, you know, saying what you need to be at where. So I don't want to pop it bang on where I want to be at 7,000 feet, because we've got 7,000 feet, because I need to slow down. So I'm going to pop it a little bit before, because at that point, what we're going to do then is we're going to activate the approach phase and start slowing down, etc. Oh, Railcar, I can't wait to see that. Make sure you give me a ping on Discord or something when that's available. Love to see that over Norway. I bet that looks absolutely stunning. Speed and power, how often do I stream? As often as possible, which is nowhere near as often as I would actually like due to family life. But if you're on our Discord server, I will always drop you a ping when we're going to stream. Geneva traffic, top Swiss 78 Kilo Quebec. Inbound Saper, and we are 15 miles away to the east for the ILS runway 22 Geneva traffic. Tony, does Purgy work with 24? I think all the Purgy sceneries do.
2008. We are now approximately 19 miles from the Saper, reducing our speed down to 230 knots.
Yes, I'm holding 250 knots as the moment, as late as I dare, for the spacing with Dark Fury behind us. I'm loving that mist over the lake. I think that looks insane. Oh, Steve, that sounds very exciting. Can't wait to see that. If you haven't done so already, guys, please do hit the like button. And remember, we've got the discount codes and links in the video descriptions. Check all those out for the cabin crew, say intentions, and, of course, the Contrail store, discount codes, and, of course, Innobuilds as well. Right, need to start slowing down. Let's push for managed speed. Have to pull open descent just so we can level off a little bit and start slowing down. George, not in the 320. James, I actually do know someone called Andy Williams, but I bet it's not the same one you're thinking of. I don't think I've ever seen mist over the lake before, and obviously it's freezing cold, so it's really good. Final check, we've got no ATC knocking about in Geneva. We do not, so we're unicorning our way. We'll clear ourselves then for the approach. So we're at Alt Start, Glide Slope, Lock Blue, Catch Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2. 22 miles. Lock start. Geneva traffic tops for 78 kilo Quebec. Established ILS 2218 miles. And we can just see the runway now. It's just poking out there. Flipping out, we just picked up the glide slope. Right, flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. $7,000 feet is Mr. Approach altitude, so that is set. That tailwind's going to screw us over. Gear down. Get that down early.
Now established on the localizer ILS 22 at 20 miles.
We need the drag. Cabin crew seats for landing.
Cabin crew, take seats for landing.
Flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. Speed 180. Loving that mist. We're happy now, we're all configured. Another flaps to go and we'll slow down in a minute. That wind should spin round and rapidly reduce. Geneva traffic tops with 78 kilo Quebec, ILS 22, established 8 mile final. Reducing speed 160. Flaps 3, speed checked. Flaps 3. Manage the speed. Landing checklist. So our cabin is secured. Go around altitude 7,000 feet. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Wind is starting to drop off. Just a reminder, if we need to go around, flaps 1, left turn. Max speed 185. Autopilot R5 control. Wind's really dropped off now, look. Does anyone remember many years ago when the channel was fairly new, we were doing this approach and I hit a pylon?
100 above.
3 reds, just compensating.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Oh, I don't like that. So, how well do we think that landing was about to go? God bless Flight Sim 2024. Well, that was interesting. Ironically, the replay of Sky Dolly is still recording. I don't know what it's recording. Dark Fury, we had the RD presets, which is meant to be Flight Sim 24 compatible. Yeah. Well, at least we don't have to worry about taxiing. What an absolute pain of a thing to happen. There is nothing I can say there. There's nothing I can do. Do you know what, though? I think what really frustrated me about that is the fact that everything had loaded in. All the scenery was loaded in. There wasn't an issue. Everything was absolutely fine. So why, just as we're about to touch down, does that happen? No. Well, you either laugh or cry, don't you? I think we could safely say I was about to nail that landing. It was as stable as it was ever going to be. So, there you go. There you go. Oh, here I am, still flying the flag for Flight Sim 2024, and you're letting me down, Flight Sim 24. A love-hate relationship. Indeed. Indeed. But that's all we can do, isn't it? That is all we can do. So, not sure what else to say about that now at this point, other than thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, we landed on time anyway, so that's good. Manic Man says he slowly puts his 70 quid back in his wallet. Yeah. It is indeed sweet, sweet suffering. How good does it look when it works, though? That is the annoying thing. What is it? What was it that made that go bang? I certainly think it's a memory issue. Anyway, looking forward to the debate on that on Discord later. Anyway, guys, time for me to slowly slink out of here. Nothing to see, literally. Well, guys, despite the rather frustrating ending, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Huge shout out to all of you. Thank you for watching, and of course, if you do like Crash the Desktops and watching them regularly, please do hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any more crashes in the future. Lula says, imagine that happening after a 10-hour slog across the Atlantic. I know. I know. Let's not. Let's not. And Dark Fury is boasting because he's just landed smooth as butter. Probably in flight. Are you in Flight Sim 24 though, still Dark? What aircraft? What scenery? Steve says Flight Sim 24 just wants chucking in the bin. I'm lured by the pretty nighttime lights. That's what it is. I keep watching because I keep flying it because of that. But there we go. Right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. As I say, a pain at the end, but what we're gonna do? What are we going to do? We're gonna wait 6 months and hopefully it'll be better. Probably is. It probably won't be. Who knows what it is that causes that? Nick says Dark needs to do some PC maintenance. He may do indeed. Someone needs to do some PC maintenance. Maintenance, though, please. without a hammer. That's how I'd like it to. That's how I'd like it to go. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Time for me to disappear and cry into a beer. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all next time. Huge thanks to our Easyjet Pilot channel members and to everyone as well who supported us tonight. Railcab Girl as well. We were an amazing super chat. Really, really generous. Thank you so much for that. I do look forward to chatting with you all on Discord and speaking to you all again very, very soon. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.